Hey guys, just thought I should tell you a little story about what happened to me today. So, there I was at Wendy's, and I was coming, and I wanted a triple patty baconator, okay? And I wanted bacon in between each and every patty, right? So, I got to thinking, we got work to do. So, of course, naturally, I started doing out the math, and so a double baconator usually costs around seven something dollars. So we'll just say $7.15. No good reason, particularly. And I go up to the counter. I'm like, "Ma'am," it was a ma'am. I was speaking to a woman. I don't do it very often. Not very well practiced. Long story as to that, but I have many mother issues. My mother was not always there for me, and sometimes she would force me to only eat, you know, yellow food from the bottom drawer of the fridge that had, when you open the fridge, you would, and it would be just like this smell, and I always thought of goldfish when I smell that smell. So, what I started doing was I would just, whenever I open the fridge and I get a weird smell, I go and I sniff goldfish food to take my mind off of it. Weird correspondence kind of thing. My brain just connects things. Anyways, what was I saying? Baconator, yes. So, go up to the counter. Ma'am, I would like triple patty baconator. Okay. And she was like, well, sir, we do, in fact, have a Dave's triple. And that would be three patties, if you're looking for more, pizzazz. And I was like, ma'am, what? What do I have to tell you? I want baconator. Triple patty baconator, okay? And so I was like, I just go with the triple patty baconator. She's like, okay, that'll be, I ordered it with the drink, and everything. Came out to like $40. I was like, okay. I would like change that to quadruple patty baconator, bacon each one. And she was like, why? And I was like, well, ow. I was like, she was like, okay. I was like, yes, ma'am. And so I got still just more expensive. It was $15. I was like, okay, you see that sign, ma'am? And she turned around, she looked at the sign. I said, and there was a sign that said this: four for $4. That's what it said. Okay? It says something about meals. I don't know. Four thing, $4. I was under the impression that it meant patties. $4 for four patties on a burger. That's why I upped it to four patties. I was hungry, and she was like, "Sir, that's not the promotion. Does not promote that kind of. It's not like that." I was like, so I opened up my bag, full, of different things, and I pulled out my goldfish, and I started sniffing it, because that's what I do when I. That's what I do when I'm stressed out. And so I open it up and I sniff the goldfish patties. I get them in little patties so I can break them. Well, they're not in I dump water in them just to, compact them so I can sniff it better. Really ferments the smell. And I turned to the woman and I said, ma'am, I'm having trouble calling you ma'am now. Is this going to be an issue? And she was like, sir, would you just slide your card? It's available right there. I was like, no, I want four patties, $4. ASAP. And she was like, brrr. So she got her manager. I asked for a manager. And so I was like, okay, big guy, got to put on my big guy face, which big guy face kind of looks like. So I asked for the manager, and out comes a woman, and I went, No, I want the manager. And she was like, I am the manager. And it blew my mind. Women aren't usually managers, I don't think. So, but anyways, I just went with it. I was like, I want to take advantage of your 4 for $4 deal. However, your cashier will not allow me to take part in this deal. And she was like, no, that is only for meals. It's like, you can get nuggets, fries, and a couple other meals or something like that. I was like, I was done with my man face. I had to go into anger mode. So I put on the face and began emulating her expressions, which turned to kind of thing, a little bit of pizzazz in the mouth, so, and you know what I did? I was very angry. I tried to rip out the thing that lets me pay, and it didn't quite come out of the counter. So I tried to lift up the cashier, which was also, like, not the cashier lady, just like the thing with all the money in it. Also very heavy. So I turned, and I punched. Ow! Ah! 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 What the ah! Oh! Oh! I punched the table, and they were like, sir, we're gonna need you to leave. I was like, okay. I took a deep breath. I was like, okay, I'll pay the $15. So I go to swipe my card. I swipe it, and nothing happens. And they're like, sir, that is a Safeway club card. I was like, really? Because I don't drink. So why would I have a card for a club? And I was like, you are a bunch of dumb bimbos. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said bimbos. Yeah, okay, I'll change it. I call them a bunch of dumb bees. Because bees are always following their queen and their manager was a woman. So, that's what I said. And then I asked for my Baconator, and they said they were out of meat. And I said, of course, I bet you're never out of meat. Yeah. Well, anyways, you're probably wondering, what happened to your hair? Well, a big, burly man of pre-American stature, meaning African American, grabbed me by my hair, dragged me out onto the sidewalk, and gave me a noogie, and told me to wait there until I've been a good boy. And I was like, this guy, he's the real manager here. And I asked if I could. See, I also had a pretty weird father. He would make me lick his boots when I realized I did something wrong. It's funny. One time, we were trying to fix the family ottoman, and I dropped the wrench, and it landed on my toe, and I said, shoot! And my dad, he's not a man of vocabulary, so he didn't like that I used the shh. Like, he did. If I would have said glue, it would have been fine. No, he doesn't like butts. So, it would have, if I said coot, no, that's what he calls his wife. My mom. If I would have said goldfish, he wouldn't have cared, really. But, instead, I said shoot, and he told me to get on my knees and lick his boot. So anyways, this big burly man I tried to lick his boot, and he slapped me. Not in the face. He slapped me upside the head and said, "What's wrong with you? What's up? What's wrong with you?" And I sat there because I knew this man was right and I had done bad. Anyway, came home. I feel like I'm a good boy now. Yeah. Lesson learned. And that lesson that I've come to teach you is never say no to a noogie.